Now, going into this project, I realized that I would not be able to listen to it with traditional hip hop ears because it's not a straight up rapping album from Kanye, which really shouldn't come as a surprise at this point, as there are quite a few pop and melodic moments with lots of singing from Ty Dolla $ign throughout. So I chose to, go into this with the same mindset that I would have listening to, let's say, a Travis Scott album. And I also went into this project trying to separate the person from the music, if that's really possible with Kanye. But yeah, I'm trying to keep an open mind, y'all. It was really hard, but this project contains 16 songs lasting approximately 56 minutes. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with that track by track breakdown. The opener, Stars, it sets an ethereal tone out the gate. We get softer synths, some strings, and a Dijon sample with some production credits from JPEG Mafia. But as a whole, I didn't find this song to be too interesting. Production wise and melody wise, it sounds like something that we have already heard from Kanye over the course of his last several albums. So yeah, some might find this to be a beautiful, epic opener, but it didn't do much for me, y'all. Track 2, Keys to Life, is a little better, as I kind of dug the atmospheric beat from Kanye and Timbaland. There was a couple noticeable samples, like Wu-Tang's Can It All Be So Simple and Brand New being Slowed Down, both of which I thought were a dope inclusion. And I actually dug the hook at the very end from India Love. I think she really killed it. So overall, I'd say it's a decent track that I might return to. Right after is Paid, which has more of an electronic dance feel. The drums are brisk, rhythmic, and there's a Jodeci sample. Now, instrumentally, it's not bad. It has a cool, chic club flavor. And Ty Dolla $ign's hook was fairly catchy. But Kanye's vocals did not sound good at all. I mean, they were pretty trash. It sounded like he was trying to flow like Baby Keem and Young Thug. But either way, I hope he never uses these vocal inflections again. So yeah, I liked certain elements to this song, but Ye's performance made it unlistenable to me. Next is Talking with Kanye's Daughter, and it's set to a slick James Blake sample. Aesthetically, this track did remind me a bit of the Adonis record on Drake's last album. And there's a second portion to this track where we get some gorgeous sung vocals from Ty Dolla $ign, and even Kanye's sung portion wasn't that bad. Altogether, yeah, I didn't mind this two-part record. Following this is Back to Me with Freddie Gibbs. And this record had some potential, primarily because of the beat and the Freddie Gibbs feature. However, I did find Kanye's performance to be a bit annoying, especially when he kept repeating the beautiful big titty women refrain over and over again. Like, it really sounded juvenile, to keep it a buck. Like, I suppose I enjoyed moments of this song, but Ye's part ruined it for me again. Then there is Hood Rat, which has some breezy psychedelic rock vibes, and Kanye's sung vocals weren't terrible, if I'm being fair. The lyrics were not good at all, but the beat kind of grew on me, even though the Hood Rat sample was extra repetitive. Then there is Do It, which features an unreleased snippet of a Nipsey verse and a feature from YG. Now, this has some strings and synths combined, giving it that dance track vibe. And there's even a Juvenile's Back That Ass Up interpolation at the end. This somehow works without sounding overused. So yeah, I gotta keep it a buck. I actually dug this record. The subsequent song, Paperwork, has more of a Yeezus feel to the production, I suppose. The 808s are booming and distorted, and there's even a Brazilian funk sample, but who am I kidding? I'm never gonna return to this track. Next is Burn, which is the first song that I could honestly say I actually enjoyed. Like, really enjoyed. You had a silky smooth, soulful beat with a hint of boom bap. Ty Dolla $ign's vocals were golden, and even Ye had one of his stronger performances here. Yeah, from the production to the singing and rapping, this was one of the more traditional records that I think most old school Kanye fans could appreciate. Afterwards is Fuck Some featuring Travis Scott and Playboy Cardi. So I did like the obscure Memphis rap sample at the beginning, although I initially thought to myself, Hit Boy did this recently for Nas and other artists, namely Drake. I have sampled underground Memphis rap from the 90s, so it's not as genius as it once was. It doesn't quite hit the same. But this is a trippy psychedelic banger that's got Travis Scott's aesthetic written all over it. Following this is Vultures with Bump J and Lil Durk, and it has one of the hardest and iciest beats on a project. We get an opening verse from this Chi-Town OG Bump J and a cold-blooded feature from Lil Durk. And there's even a Kingpin Skinny Pimp sample at the end, which I was perfectly okay with. Shout out to OG Memphis hip hop once more. So yeah, Vultures was one of the standouts. Right after is Carnival featuring Rich the Kid and Playboy Cardi. And I suppose it's a banger if I'm being fair, but sonically, it's just not my cup of tea. Like, I could understand the appeal, I guess, because of the chanting. That's pretty intoxicating, and the energy is there, no doubt. But this does feel like something we have already heard many times from like Kanye, Travis Scott, etc. Something from that 2010 era. Track 13 is Beg for Forgiveness, where we get sung vocals from Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign. It didn't sound bad. You also have a moody pop beat that I didn't love, but hey. However, track 14, Good Don't Die, is a sleek pop ballad with a Donna Summer sample that I actually dug. It's melodic, catchy, and not a bad track, even though I wouldn't normally listen to something like this. The second and last song, though, Problematic, is a highlight for sure. It's sample-based, yay, with some epic vocal chops and these regal trumpets. As a whole, it was a very dope instrumental that I think most traditional heads should be able to appreciate. Then the album wraps up with King, a track that had a good beat, but lyrics that were offensive. I mean, let's be real, y'all. He is doubling down on having these prejudiced views, which that's never cool. So he did lose points for the content. But I did like the rock sample as well as the Run DMC interpolation. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of 3 mics. And the reason I would say 3 is because the production, it was fairly consistent the whole way through. Not all of it was for my ears, but instrumentally. To be fair, these beats were mostly better than recent Kanye projects. And I thought Ty Dolla $ign was the MVP of this project. Yeah, Ty, the guests and the production really saved this album from being terrible. Because there were very few Kanye performances that I actually liked or would care to revisit. Yeah, vocally, Kanye was very inconsistent on this album, and in most cases, not sounding good at all. So with that being said, is anyone out there actually looking forward to Vultures 2 and 3? Do y'all think it will be a step up from this one, or will they be worse? Favorite tracks include Keys to My Life, Do It, Burn, Vultures, Good Don't Die, and Problematic. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out. As always, it's peace and blessings. Ty Dolla $ign, Kanye, Vultures 1.